With a focus on education in the East Central Africa Division, this is Mission Sonlight. From this division exactly 101 years ago, the people of the Seventh-day Adventist Church gave the second 13th Sabbath offering ever. That project was to build a school in Eastern Africa. This school grew to become the Adventist University of Eastern Africa at Baraton, just outside of Eldoret, Kenya. The 13th Sabbath offerings have purchased missionary planes and boats, built jungle chapels, and established clinics that eventually became hospitals. Your offerings have provided dormitories and classrooms for struggling schools, and established seminaries, many institutions that have now become the backbone of Adventist work in the area they serve. This is certainly the case for that second 13th Sabbath Project offering site. 101 years later, the University of Eastern Africa at Baraton is reaching out to the world church to once again expand its territory and influence within this global community.
This university is very unique because it was the first private university to be chartered in the Republic of Kenya. We have 18 departments, 56 programs, and we have 6 schools. It happens to be the first university that began offering nursing at a degree level. We are really known and revered for the nurses that we produce, who have made a name for themselves worldwide. We also have graduate programs in business, in health sciences, and in education.
The Baraton campus is situated on 300 acres of agriculture and livestock farmland. Students are trained from the fields to the work of the greenhouses. Animals from the barnyard provide milk, eggs, and butter for the campus cafeteria. And this provides opportunities for the students to develop outdoor skills and a strong work ethic. The school also boasts an established medical center, Jeremic Baraton Community Hospital. Eventually, the strategic plan calls for expansion of the medical school, which will give them even more prominence in the community now where they are well respected. There are 2 major family-related needs here at Baraton that will benefit from your gifts this 13th Sabbath. The first need is for married student housing. The second is to have a new primary school for the children in those families, as well as the kids of university faculty. On this small, dilapidated day school campus called Baraton International School, 150 primary students come each day to learn. The students are made up not only of the children from university families, but also the secular community of Baraton.
A good percentage are students, are children that are coming from the community. It shows that they do have a faith in the kind of education that you're offering. They have a lot of hope, and they really look at the education that is being offered there, and they kind of like it.
We are talking about the Baraton International School. That's the primary school. This school was primarily established to cater for the children of the faculty and staff, so that they have got a school nearby which can take care of the educational needs of their children and also nurture them spiritually.
These classrooms were not designed to be used long-term.
They started that school on temporary structures, which is made of the iron sheets, which make the walls and the roof, with an intention of building further, later, more permanent and good-looking structures. But since then, the structures have not been improved. They stay to be the same.
It has been a good school since I started preschool. The teachers have been welcoming, and they also taught me Kiswahili. And also the pupils were very encouraging. They also told me that I should not give up because I'm from another country and I can't understand the language, so I should just keep up and try.
As you look at the children here at Baraton International School, they play as any other children. They learn as others do. But their experience in education is far different than most other children. The buildings are generally old and in need of replacement, but they also were not built in the best location. BIS is situated on a hill that comes down from the main university campus. When rains come, the classrooms flood, and some of the buildings sit in dips in the hill where the rain pools, filling up the classrooms so that small children have to stand on their desks to avoid rising water. As you can imagine, these structural issues are quite disruptive.
Sometimes when it rains, our classrooms get flooded and we need to stop our lessons so we can clean up our classes.
It was an exam week and we had just finished the last paper. And we tried to finish up so that we can help the kids who are stranded in the lower classes. And we tried and put them out, and one of the teachers got sick because he stepped in cold water.
And waters get into the classrooms and the buildings, and it's quite a problem for our children. And we also don't have things like library, maybe cafeteria. Our kids have to go back home for lunch, and we think it's better if they could be having lunch here in school, so that they don't waste time going back home for lunch and then coming back again.
Find most parents will opt for schools with better facilities.
Even with the challenges of the flooding and deterioration, you can hear testimonies of blessing.
It has helped me to learn about Jesus, that Jesus is my Savior, and it helps me also to encourage me to, it helped me to encourage to learn about, to teach also others about God.
We feel that our kids are supposed to come here because we share the same faith.
Another parent advised me to bring my child here because the school is good. And for sure, for the last 2 years, the 2 years I've been here, I've seen great improvement in the performance of my child as compared to the former school.
They're going to be safe. Environmentally, they're going to be protected from the adverse weather conditions.
Besides the need for a new location and better built kindergarten through 12th level classroom block, these children and their families need safe homes. In 1987, members of the worldwide Seventh-day Adventist Church family helped build additional married housing for this campus through the 13th Sabbath Project. Now, students and faculty are reaching out as the student population has once again grown faster than their budget.
We need many more units for the married students. There are many students who have applied to be housed, but we are not able to house them, or we are not able to meet their needs.
The university currently has many students who stay off campus. And some of these students who stay off campus are married students. Some of them are international students.
Leadership here at the Baraton campus is not only preparing for a new primary school, but is expanding married student housing on this booming campus.
I hope that we can have facilities or houses that can be able to accommodate single students and those that are married. And so let's say for single students, maybe 1-bedroomed houses. For married students, maybe 2 to 3-bedroomed houses. And I think in that regard, we would be meeting the needs of a very important constituency of this university.
Married students have been forced to locate off campus in squalor as they eat, sleep, study, cook, and just try to get by in these community rentals.
I am married with 3 kids, and they need to be in school. So I was forced to find accommodation outside here, which is not very good for actually living. But I endured just because I wanted school nearby. This school has the ability to attract many married students from different countries. I know that there are some that are not willing to come because when they hear of the accommodation challenges, they just feel they must go elsewhere where they may find better accommodation. So putting up good accommodation would mean that many more married students will come and register in this school for their graduate studies.
Francis's experience is not unique. Mission Sonlight cameras were taken into the nearby village, and the poverty we saw was overwhelming. The university, supported by the unions and division, have built some housing off campus to alleviate both the married housing need and provide some additional housing for those in the community. For now, even these rooms are completely full. This couple invited the camera into their single-room house, impressing us with their organization. Then she pulled back the dividing curtain to show her children resting. From these humble accommodations, when nothing else is available, it becomes a matter of finding shacks made of rough wood and rusting tin that provide little shelter or privacy. Samuel introduced us to his family, including his daughter Ruth, who attends the Baraton International School.
We stay far away from the university. It's over 1.5 kilometers away.
Samuel says that at night, to walk the mile from the university to his humble house when he has night classes can be dangerous and tedious. Sometimes it is dark when his children walk to school, and that is not a good arrangement either. He longs for a clean and safe environment for his kids, both at his daughter's school and here at their home.
It is not up to the standards for my kids. The rooms are very small and congested. We don't have electricity or even clean water.
Samuel and his family came from Rwanda and is receiving support for school, support that would help him find better housing, but there is nothing else available for over an hour away. When friends, supporters came to visit them, it was awkward to show them his home.
When we have the opportunity to show people visiting where we live, it is very awkward.
The Vice Chancellor reminds us that 50% of the student population is not Seventh-day Adventist, and that the students and leaders on this campus are affecting real change, not only in the education of East Africans, but in the population of heaven.
They might be from other denominations, but those are the people who truly value the education we give here. They'll give everything to have their children here. Although they come and say, don't be an Adventist, but some of them become Adventists. Just on Thursday, one student made a decision to be baptized, and the parents removed her from here, said, we don't want you to be baptized. They got her an admission in another institution, which is non-denominational. But maybe she kept on praying, but when he opened, she came back, and she said the parents returned her unconditionally.
Much is happening here at the University of Eastern Africa at Baraton. You can join in with them in these priority efforts by giving to the 13th Sabbath Projects, a safe elementary school and a home for its students and their families to live in.
I want to thank my teachers for making me a good student, for making me to learn good things, and also I want to thank them for bringing me up as a good child.
Firstly, I want to thank God for bringing me here to teach me how people learn and how people teach each other, how people love each other. And I also thank my head teacher because she has been motivating me and telling me that I should always keep up and read. And also my teachers who have been telling me that I should not joke with studies and continue reading so that I can help the future.
I never knew that one time I'll also be a beneficiary, and therefore I want to thank the world community for considering us in their budget. And I'll also pray that they'll also be blessed through their giving.
Ruth and her family can tell you the benefits of this 13th Sabbath project. She'll find herself in a new, larger school setting, and her family will benefit from a clean, new family quarters.
You've heard these basic needs, the needs of any family community. On Sabbath, June 29th, give for Ruth and her family, and give to Jesus. From the Adventist University of Eastern Africa at Baraton, in the East Central Africa Division, this is Mission Sonlight.